Hello, it's Barry here with song number 16 and another Beatles track called ObLaDi. And what an amazing song that takes us far back into the past, into our memory banks of hanging out with friends, dancing. I remember there was a film, and this was like the title track of the film. And if you know the name of the film, please help me out. But it takes me back a very long time. And so let's get straight into it. We'll talk about the chords, the song structure, and then we'll have a little play along so that you guys can have fun with this amazing song. So to look straight into it, we have a G chord. We'll have that D chord again, and remember we kind of cheat with that D a little bit, and we just play those two fingers. For those who are struggling to play that D, try and squeeze all your fingers in there. I just want you from the G to just lift up finger number 2 and go to the D there. And then we have a tricky D7. And remember, if we don't want to play that D7 or you don't know it, then you don't have to play it. But it's a bar, and you play your middle finger there, fret 2, and your middle finger on string 1, fret 3. Okay, and then we've got the G7, and the G7, it's literally just, if you put this chord in a mirror that way, then you would just place finger 1 there, and it's the opposite there. So now, assuming you've looked at these chords, if you don't know the G7 or the D7 and you don't even want to play it, then that's fine. Just stick to the D, the G, or the easy D, and a G chord. Just stay with the G chord. First part of the song, so that's the chords. Moving on to our little structure for the verse. We'll look at the verse first. We have all the chords for 1 bar. Now, because the song is in a 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means the G will stay for the whole chord, the D, the D7, and the G. And only in the bottom line where we have, and Molly says to Des, says this as she takes him by the hand, that's where the G and the D is. And assuming unless indicated otherwise, we're playing the G on the beat 1, and then we change to the D on beat 3. Now let's get straight into it, and I'm just going to call out the chords as we go, and we're going to go 1, and you're just going to strum 1 strum on each beat, and it's for you to kind of see where your level of comfort and expertise are. You can do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or you could do 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, which is 16th notes, as you wish. Okay, so let's get straight into that first line of the song. And so 1, 2, starting on the G, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4 to the D, 1 and 2 and 3, the D7 or the D, and 1 and 2 and 3, back to the G in a band, 2, 3. We're going to do that once more, and so 1 and 2 and 3, now to the D, and 1 and 2 and 3, D7 or the D, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and hold the G. You're gonna go, and Desmond says to Molly, now a C, I like your face, and then back to a G, 2, now a D, 3, 4 and a D. Don't worry, we're gonna start on the G again from the top, and G and 2 and 3. Think about the D coming up, and the D and 2 and 3. Stay on the D, and Molly is singing out to the G in a band. Hold there, or the G7. Desmond says to Molly, the C coming up, well, I like your face, and Molly to the G, as to the D, in by the hand. We're gonna go again, and this time I'm singing, so sing along on the G. Well, now Desmond has a borrow to the D in a marketplace. Think about the D7 or the D. Molly is a singer in, now the G in a band. 3, 4, G7 or G. Desmond says to Molly, to the C. Well, like your face. And to the Molly says this as she takes him by the hand. And we're going to go to the chorus. ObLaDi, ObLaDa, life goes D minor. And we're going to stop it there and talk through the structure of the chorus. Okay, please do pause the video there. If you feel like you need more time with the verse, I would recommend and advise that you stick to the verse until you can play it fluently before you go over to the chord, to the chorus. And that way you can put that behind you and you can just move on to the next little section. So next section of the song, we've got an E minor 7. And what's really nice about the E minor 7, if you haven't figured it quite out, you can just, from the D, because we're going to go G to the D, and the E minor 7, if you want to try it, it's just those two fingers there. Nice and easy. G to a D and E minor 7. And you'll see in that first part is, if you look at the song, you'll have 2 chords in the bar, and assumed again, unless indicated or stated otherwise, we'll play the D on beat 1 and the E minor on beat 2. So meaning that we go ObLaDi, ObLaDa, life goes D, brah. That's the E minor. Back to the G. La la, how their life goes on. And then you see the G to the D is in half a bar each. And it's nice because the second part of the chorus looks exactly like the first part. So make that easy for you, okay? So just play the first part over and over. And you'll find that'll make it easier for you to have fun with the song. Okay, I'm going to just put that there, and so we're going to go together. No, I'm going to do that. And so we start on the G for the chorus. 1, 2, and 3, and D, 2, and 3, and 4, and D, and 2, E minor, 3, and 4, and I'm going to do that again. So starting on the G, ObLa. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and E minor and G. Life goes to a G. And I go again, that first part again. ObLaDi, ObLaDa, life goes to the D, brah, and G, and to the D and the G. We're going to just continue with that. 3 and ObLaDi, ObLaDa, life goes D, E minor, and la la la, life goes on. ObLaDi, ObLaDa, life goes on. La 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 la, D to a G. Now again, take your time and play through that chorus. We're going to go once more through the chorus. ObLaDi, ObLaDa. Now to the D. Life goes on. E minor, bro. La la. How the life goes on. Next, second part. ObLaDi. Still on the G. ObLaDi. Life goes on. E minor, bro. Oh, on. D to a D. And a G and 2 and 3 and 4 C. In a couple of years we have built a home sweet. Just stay on the G if you want. Till the G, G7. We're going to do that in a very second. Okay, so what's happening there is in a couple of years, our little bridge is we're going to stick on the C. 1 and a couple of years they have built a home, sweet home, G. Then you lift up that middle finger, put a middle finger back. You can stay on the G if you want, or the alternative is you go middle finger up, middle finger down, G7. I'm going to do that again. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, G7, 4. That's a nice little run at the end of that home. So see, I'm going to do that again. In a couple of years they have built a home, sweet home. And 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and okay, so we're going to try that. Pause the video here and try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could just stay on the G if you don't want to go back to that G7. As you can see in the bars, it's indicated that you play each of those half a bar. So we're going to play that together now. Okay, 1, and we're going to continue through the next little part of the song. 1, 2, on the C, 4, and 1. In a couple of years, they have built a home, sweet home. Middle finger up, back down, G7. With a couple of kids running in the yard of Desmond and Molly Jones. Ha, 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 ha. And then we go straight. Desmond has a borrow. We're going to do that bridge once more, and then we're going to play through the whole song, and that will conclude our little session today. So we're going to do the bridge, and so on that C, nice on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the C. In a couple of years, they have built a home, sweet home. G 2 times, finger up 2 times, G back. Now the G7, back to C. In a couple of years, running in the yard of Desmond and Molly Jones. Ha, ha, ha. Desmond to the G and a borrow in a D, 2, 3. Molly is a singer in a band. G7. Desmond says to Molly, girl, I like your face. And Molly says this as she takes it to the hand. Let's play 8 notes if you can. ObLaDi, ObLaDa, life goes on, brah. Oh, la, 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 life goes on. 2 and 3, back to the G. Blah-dee, ObLaDa, life goes on, oh, la, 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 life goes on. 1, 2, and 3, and C, and in a couple of years they have built a home, sweet G 2 times the, back to G, then G7, back to the C. In a couple of kids running in the yard of Desmond and Molly to the D. Ha, 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 ha. Desmond has a borrow in a marketplace. Molly's a singer in the G. G7. Desmond says to Molly, will I like your face? And Molly says this as she takes him in minor by the hand. Oh, Molly says this while she takes him by the hand. Molly says this while she takes him by the hand. Hey, amazing stuff. Well, I have to say that you guys did really well. Please take time and learn these sections separately before you move on to another. And if you struggle with the chords, take time to jump between them or find them as many times as you can and then throw it back into the mix. An amazing little song by the Beatles, ObLaDi, ObLaDa. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Take care now. Remember, the PDF link is at the bottom if you want to download the complete structure of the song. Have fun with this one. Bye-bye.